Korea is changing from a homogeneous country to having it being filled with other nationalities, other races, other ethnicities, more children who are mixed that I'm seeing as well. And, you know, like the blackface being an issue that I have a big problem with that really bothers me, and they're trying to justify it, and it's like, it's not okay. If you're using blackness to like sell music or to sell clothing or to sell entertainment, it's not okay. I was adopted by a black family because I was disowned at 14. My mom disowned me at 14 because I couldn't be the daughter she wanted. So my dad took me in when they were divorced, and then when he passed away, I got adopted by a black family. Actually, her name's Phyllis, my adopted mom. She was like the mom I've never had, and she was best friends with my father. They actually worked together in the same workplace. And then her son, Keelan, who is like my brother, we always introduce each other as like, this is my brother, and he's like, yeah, this is my sister, and people look at us like, what? Like the BLM movement's a really big deal for me, and seeing it here in Korea and seeing the racism and stuff. And I even have friends who are people of color, like Black people, for example, who are facing racism in the workplace. Those are issues that are still going on in Korea that I feel needs to be tackled and changed. And I want Korean people to understand that, like, if you don't like this yourself, but makes you think it's okay to do it to other people, racism is everywhere, but it doesn't mean it's okay. I mean, I've experienced it too, being mixed with people of color and even with white people. So having more and more foreigners coming in, they're also catering to tourism. You can't have this attitude if you're going to be catering people of color. It looks really bad on the country. Like, for example, music videos, Korean rap music videos. I'd see cultural appropriation. A good one is CL. Her song, The Baddest Female. Do you know that song?
I don't know anything about K-pop.
Alright, well, I'm not an expert in K-pop, but I do like some K-pop, and CL was one that I would follow because I was a fan of 21. She very much culturally appropriated in that music video of The Baddest Female. She was wearing gang colors, actual gang colors in the United States that I recognize because I've been around gangs. I'm not part of gangs, but I've been around them because they are an issue. They're a problem in the United States, especially in cities, big cities like Chicago, New York, LA. They're everywhere. I was pretty disturbed seeing that. Even the dancers were culture appropriating in like the gang colors clothing and the braided hair. They would like recreate like the hood, what they would think is the hood, and it's just laughable to me because Korea does not have that. They don't have the hood. They don't have the type of gangs that we deal with in the United States. I mean, in high school, I remember having to be careful around them in high school. There were certain colors we could not wear. We couldn't wear bandanas with these colors because they affiliate with the gang. And if you're not part of the gang and you're seen wearing these colors, they will jump you and they'll kill you, possibly, if not beat you up very badly. Because now I see Koreans dressing this way and I'm like, don't go to America dressing like that because you will get killed. That was something that really stood out to me.
Do you think it's meant maliciously, or is it just a lack of understanding?
Lack of understanding and ignorance. But with CL, I feel like there's how is that possible? Because she works and she's lived in the United States. So I don't understand how she could not have known this. For example, she'll have like different scenes with wearing different gang colors. One of them that really bothered me was the black and white one with like the bandanas and the black and white and having like the typical hairstyles that the Latinas would wear. And this gang I know is called La Muerte, which just means death. And that's their gang colors, the black and white. It's a really, really notoriously bad gang. So I was just really surprised to see that, and I was like, I don't know how she could not have known, because like I know she's done work in California and she's been there. I don't know enough about the entertainment industry here in Korea, but I do know that they do have foreigners who are working for them. I do know that here in Korea, they'll just dress however they want because it's what they see and they think this is how it's so cool and whatever. I'm like, it's really not though, because it's cultural appropriating. Or through ignorance, you're dressing like a gang member, for example. I'm not saying that every Korean's dressing like a gang member, but I've seen some who've like wears the bandanas and stuff, and I'm like, don't dress like that in the States kind of thing. The braided hair really bothers me because it's like, you don't need to have cornrows. Black people have a hard time with having freedom to wear their hair in braids or cornrows or however fashion they want that Black people would normally wear their hair, that they can't because it's considered unruly and dirty and bad, and it's wrong. And so I'm seeing Koreans doing this and it's like, that's not okay. It's still cultural appropriating. Or if you're trying to pretend you're something you're not, isn't okay either. That's something that I've been seeing.